Checking connections. Hey, my friends, how you doing? This is the Your Book, Your Voice coffee chat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate it. This is really an open forum coffee chat where if you have any questions about the audiobook world, that's what we do this for. All right. I am an audiobook coach and producer. My name is Robert A. Lane. I specialize in helping nonfiction authors narrate your own audiobook. Narrate your own audiobook, as you should, because it's your story. No one can tell your story better than you. We are talking, our topic today is, for Coffee Chat, is are you cheapening your author brand? We're going to dive into that in just a second. A couple of things I want to say, I want to share with you. First of all, I was speaking with my wife about her business and what she does, and I think she's awesome at what she does. Let me adjust this mic a little bit. There we go. And I'm really proud of her. I'm proud of the accomplishments that she's been able to make. And I just wanted to share with you that I am proud of you as an author who have stuck through writing and getting your book published, whether self-published, especially for self-publishers. Or, you may have published your book through a traditional publisher, and that's cool. But I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for making the effort to become an author professionally. And whether you write professionally or you wrote your book nights and weekends, I still consider you a professional. You are a professional because you published your book. All right? You published your book. It's out there for the world to read. Now it's time to take that book to the next level and be even more proud of what you have done and what you have accomplished by turning it into an audiobook. Now, are you cheapening your audiobook? We're going to dive into ways that you might be doing that and you don't. Because remember, you are an author brand. You're a brand. Your products are your ebook, your paperback, your hardcover, and especially your audiobook. And what makes your author brand, what constitutes this great author brand of who you are as an entrepreneur? Everything about you. Everything about you is your author brand, all right? How you were brought up, your belief systems, your habits, your personality, your sense of humor, and especially your voice. That encompasses who you are. That is your brand. That's your author brand. This is why people resonate with you, right? They resonate with you, with what you have to say, your story, whatever you're sharing in your book. So taking it to the next level is narrating your own audiobook. And when you narrate your own audiobook, you're solidifying your legacy in your own voice. You're telling your story in your own voice for the world to hear for generations to come. And that is an awesome legacy to leave in this crazy world that we live in, all right? It is a great thing. If you have a story about any kind of trauma growing up and the compelling reason for you sharing and telling this story is because maybe you want to help others. And that's usually the case. I have asked authors, so what was your why, right? What was the compelling reason why you wrote your book in the first place? Why you wanted the world to hear you say what you have to say in your book, and basically expose yourself, especially if it's a memoir. I guarantee you 99.9% of the time is because I want to help people, because I want to share my story. Now, to share your story, you don't want to cheapen your author brand, and you definitely don't want to cheapen your audiobook. And it's funny, I've been seeing around the internet all sorts of different companies and people that claim to be audiobook producers, and maybe they are, maybe they do a great job. That's fine. But some of the claims are just, getting cheap equipment. No, don't get cheap equipment when you're going to record your audiobook. And then I've seen things about telling people about how you can do all the editing yourself. You're really going to run into some issues if you try to do that yourself, especially if you're not technically inclined. That's going to cheapen your brand. And actually, that's going to suck up so much time, so much editing time, because it's not just, oh, I made a mistake. Let me just cut out that mistake and just snap it together. That's not good enough. You're going to hear glitches. There's going to be little anomalies that are going to happen in your audiobook. You can't have that. All right. That's going to be a distraction for that listener. And you always have to think about, from the listener standpoint, what are they listening to? You want to make it very enjoyable for them to just love your content, to be compelled and engaged by listening to your content and going, wow, that was really great. So don't cheapen out. Buying that $150 mic off of Amazon or whatever, That may not be the best mic for you to utilize. You got to get great equipment. So make sure you invest in your author brand. Remember this. I use this catchphrase all the time. You are the CEO of you. So the decisions that you make for your business as an author, because you are a business, the decisions that you make should be moving your business forward in a good way. And you don't want to cheapen your brand. When you wrote your book, did you cut corners? Creating your book, doing the editing and formatting and cover design and all that? No, of course not. Why would you do that? Matter of fact, what you do is you put together a team of people to help you who are experts in what they do to make your end product even better. So you do that. You hire your editor, your proofreader, your book formatter, maybe even a book coach to help you through the process, cover designer, all those little pieces of the puzzle to do a great book. Well, when you're doing an audiobook, you need to do the same thing. Have somebody there to help you and guide you through the entire process, because it is a process. And sometimes it could be really overwhelming. And, some companies or people telling you, oh, you can do the editing yourself. Don't, man, that's a big mistake. Leave it to a professional who knows what they're doing. And it's not just editing. It's making sure your audio files meet the exact specifications for publication. I've had several authors come to me and I've had to fix their audiobook files because they got rejected off of Audible, Amazon, and Apple. They got rejected because their files did not meet the exact specifications. You can't do that. You don't want to put yourself through that. I had another author who I helped with his book. And he's written several books. The book that he wrote before we worked together, when he went through my audiobook coaching program, man, he went to a professional studio and did all this recording. And then when he uploaded it for publication in Audible, Amazon, and Apple, it got rejected. And he spent way more money and time and effort to try to salvage his audiobook because he didn't want to have to re-record it again. And you don't want to do that. So make sure that when you are doing your audiobook, don't cheapen your audiobook brand. Don't go for that cheap program or coaching program or whatever just to save a buck. And you end up spending way more time than what's promised and having you do things that maybe you shouldn't be doing, that you should have somebody as part of your team to help you do it. All right, don't cheapen your audiobook. Your audiobook is such an important, crucial part of your author brand and one of your great products. Because when you put your audiobook out there for the world to hear, they're going to discover you. They're going to go, wow, man, I like this author. I like what he has to say or she has to say. Oh, man, I'm going to follow them. I'm going to buy their next book. Matter of fact, I want to get their audiobook. I love this audiobook, so I'm going to buy their paperback because I want to highlight it and follow along because there's so much great stuff in here. I do that all the time. And a lot of people do that. So don't miss out on that audiobook market. It's a great thing. All right. And again, as a big proponent that all nonfiction authors need to narrate their own audiobook, I believe that wholeheartedly. Yes, there's great narrators out there. Of course there are. Fantastic narrators out there. But remember, especially for a memoir, if you're telling your story, you're the one who lived it, breathed it, experienced it. No one can tell your story better than you. You could have the best narrator in the world. And technically they'll be great, but it's still their interpretation, right? If you're telling your story, you lived an experience, that narrator did not live that experience like you did. So there's no way that they're going to be able to express it in a way that you would express it because you lived it. And remember, this is your legacy. You need to tell your story in your own voice. It's one thing when we didn't have this technology where you were able to do that, right? You have somebody who writes a book about a famous person, and it's just somebody's interpretation, basically, of that other person's life. We don't need to do that anymore, right? You can narrate your own book and not have someone else tell your story. You should tell your story, all right? No one can tell your story better than you, especially if you're a memoir writer. And if you're going to leave a legacy, why aren't you leaving a legacy in your own voice? All right. Now, I do want to mention that today's live day. All right. Today's live day. We do this live coffee chat in the morning here or whatever time it is for you. But I also do the Your Book, Your Voice podcast. And tonight, which is live, which I invite you to join, we're going to talk about audiobook growth. Are you in? Are you in? How to grow your audiobook, things that you can do to get the word out there. We're going to talk about some marketing tools and techniques that you can utilize. And this audiobook, which is such a great thing, especially in your own voice, is such an an awesome marketing tool. And I'll share with you some stories about authors that I've worked with who are being very successful by utilizing their audiobook as a calling card to get awesome gigs. So we'll talk about that tonight. Now, this is on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel. That's where we broadcast it live. So go to Bold Brave TV, go to the YouTube channel. There's a little live tab. You click that, look for the graphic here, and join me. 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific time. We do it live, so I'd love to have you there, all right? And if you are interested in what I do as an audiobook coach and producer, I have an audiobook coaching program. I coach authors one-on-one through the entire process of narrating your audiobook. I provide you with the professional equipment you need so that you're not getting cheap gear, you're getting top-notch gear to record your audiobook, show you how to set up your own recording space, walk you through every aspect and through the entire process, teach you how to do a great narration and what it takes to be compelling and engaging and conversational and authentic. And then as an audio editor, which I've done for 25 plus years, I will edit your audiobook for you, make sure it's clean, it sounds great, but most importantly, that it meets the exact specifications for publication. And I will upload your audio for you to get published on Audible, Amazon, and Apple, and any other distribution platform that works for you. Let me do the uploading for you, because if there ever is an issue, I know about it, I can fix it, re-output a new file, everything is good. So by the end of the coaching program that I teach, you will have your audiobook narrated and recorded and ready for publication. And we usually can get that done within 6 weeks. If you're dedicated and you spend the time and you do the work, we can get it done, all right? And I will work with you as long as it takes to get your audiobook published. It's that simple. RobertLaneCoaching.com. You can go there to find out more information about what I do. Matter of fact, there's some clips from other authors who've done their narration. Check them out. Check them out. You'll see how great they did, and you can do it. You can do it, all right? All right, my friends. I got a little nose itch. I might have to sneeze. Oh, there it is. Oh, my Lord. Oh, geez, Louise. Sorry about that. But see, that's what's exciting about doing live, right? Things happen, right? But that's okay. It just makes it more exciting. But anyway, make sure you join me tonight. Oh, God, it really itches. Join me tonight for... I can't believe this. Join me tonight for the podcast. Again, I'll show you that graphic on the screen. For those of you on Instagram, by the way, go to my profile page, click on my link. All the links for all of this are up there about the podcast and also about getting a free... I'm sorry about that. Audiobook narration reference guide. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. If you have any topics that you would like me to discuss on the coffee chat, by all means, let me know. We'd love to hear from you. All right. So we're going to end this a little early. Just want to, again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being supporters. Thank you for just being you. All right. And be proud of what you've accomplished as an author, whether you write professional. No, you are a professional writer. All right. There's no question about that. But whether you do it for a living or you've done it at nights and weekends, be proud of what you've done. And finally, my last assignment for you, of course, is this. When you're out and about in the world, smile at a stranger. Say hello to them. All right? Give them a compliment, because that small gesture of kindness can make the world of difference in somebody's life. All right? So be a life changer. All right? Be a life changer. All right, my friends, join me tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Bold Brave TV YouTube channel for the Your Book, Your Voice podcast, which we do live. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me at robertlanecoaching.com. All right, we're going to say goodbye to our YouTube and LinkedIn friends first. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be good humans.